And I believe that according to this, we can also speak about trans art. So trans art is not postmodernist art as art that comes after modernism, even if it actually comes after modernism or after the end of art. And this is also significant for it that it actually is not art in the modern sense of the word, or of the word. And here I perhaps have to mention that the term or the notion of art was actually developed within modernity. So actually it's not something that we have since ever, and therefore I think it's also quite welcome to speak about something that is not art anymore in this modern sense. So trans art is actually exceeding the modern determinations, the modern canons, and the term also emphasizes certain features as, for example, mobility, flexibility, orientation, changeability, and exceeding. However, I do not believe that this kind of art is something that is very transient in the sense that it is very simple, but it's actually quite the opposite. It's something that is quite complex and it's quite kind of rhizomatically based, really transdisciplinary based, but it's something that is open in such a sense that could develop, that could gain new dimensions and new aims within the process, and it's also quite changing. I will show you some examples. So therefore, this kind of art is not concentrated to the production of artifacts onto some solid static facts. The results could also be non-material, but it's also important that the results are not of the prime concern, but the research itself. So what is important is the fact of experimenting and investigating. In such a sense, this kind of art is actually the art that is adjusting to the reality of the 21st century. So it's actually leaving the 18th century foundations, which are still quite present in the world of art. So what is especially interesting for this kind of art is that this kind of art tends to connect to science and technology, to use contemporary expressive tools, as for example, if you try to speak about some kind of discourse or some kind of problem, you need to use specific tools that are related to that issue. So it's not that you go to school and learn to be a painter and then you start to do network or internet projects, but it's something that actually you learn how to use the tools according to the problem you are interested in. So such projects could also include not only artists but professionals from the diversity of social fields and disciplines, and also this kind of artists are entering non-artistic discourses in many senses. And it could be said that this kind of art is a kind of a hybrid between art, humanities, social and natural sciences, and technology. And what is also important is that many theoreticians have been observing that our society is a reflexive society, so that the reflexivity is only growing in society. So during the last 40 years, there are many theoreticians that observed the growth of reflexivity, as for example, Daniel Bell, Stephen Tolmin, Ulrich Beck, Pierre Bourdieu, Mode 2 theoretician, science theorists. And it could be observed that this kind of art is also tending to develop reflexivity and to actually increase reflexivity, but not in the modern sense of reflexivity about the medium or about the question of what is art or why am I an artwork, as for example was done by the modernists, but about certain problems that the research is about. And now I'd like shortly to present some projects. Here you can see Istok Amon, who is actually developing sensory equipment for the people who are blind. and would or could get the possibility to orientate in the city or as well with the help of the GPS signal and being connected to have the tactile experience.